Does the summarize function results into less fees in end mining? Yes. Yeah. What is the function? Why are we able to summarize these days? Great question. I'm so happy you asked that. Okay, so all right, so you know, um, Richard Hart and other Hex people, they talk about the gas efficiencies of Hex. And you know what? I'll tell you what, I know Hex's code inside and out. Why? Because, if something is doing something similar, like Bitcoin, etc., look into it. Like Bitcoin, I've looked at Bitcoin's code, which is very novel, very great. A lot of great stuff in Bitcoin source code and Hex's code. And I understand Hex really well. But what I gotta say is, the whole Pulsechain is coming here because Hex was murdered by by the fact that Ethereum, in order for Ethereum to continue being economical and to move forward, which is best for everyone, the Ethereum team decided that when the smart contract code is reading from disk, it actually needs to be a lot more expensive to do that. And I fully agree with that. Yes, I know that my Hex Quad 5 stakes, my 5555555 stakes, have all suffered from that. But it really was necessary for Ethereum. It was so necessary. But the thing is, I guess we're getting into Hex terms now because it's a better way to understand the problem. To reduce the number of reading operations that happen, because after all, there's a very special way you have to do things with smart contracts. Everything you do is within a transaction, and I don't know how to conceptualize that for your average person, but smart contracts development is very different and difficult. It's a different way of thinking. But so here, what became apparent is that, hey, when you're ending your 2-year stake with Hex and Ethereum gas fees are high, and you realize, wow, I'm paying $500 to end this. Let me wait for gas fees to go down. All right, gas fees went down. Gas fees are lower than they ever were. It's going to cost $200, $250. Wow. Well, I didn't make any money on the inflation rewards from Hex. Did I make any money on, I didn't make any money on the price appreciation of Hex either, because Hex is down 95%. Bitcoin didn't even drop 95% this time. Ethereum didn't even drop 95%. More people are into DeFi than ever now. To drop 95% is pathetic. Yeah, it's actually bad tokenomics. So, I'm not saying that to talk badly. I'm just saying that, like, ooh, ouch, that's what happened. It's a result of how expensive reading is on Ethereum. It has made Hex not as much utility. It has priced out so many people. So anyways, um, you're asking here about the summary functions. Yes, like I said earlier, the mining that you do on Genius is to do calculations for the rest of for the benefit of all stakeholders. And these calculations are also done to do all the performance calculations for Genius's performance, daily performance, 10-day performance, 100-day performance, 1,000-day performance. This stuff needs to be done. This, when you're mining for Genius, you're actually doing something purposeful. So yes, the fees will be massively lower. Like if you're going to compare it to Hex, so we've compared it to Hex because there's really nobody else to compare with, and it allows people to understand the novelty behind Genius. So let's say you have 1,000-day, you have a Hex stake that is 1,000 days. You're going to read from disk at least 1,000 times. You're going to read more than 1,000 times because your stake, your Hex stake itself is a read from disk, but you're going to read at least 1,000 times. It's very expensive. That's 3 digits more expensive. So if it costs barely anything in Ethereum to read like 1,000 data structures, it's now 3 orders of magnitude more expensive. So 0.001 Ethereum Is that a whole lot of Ethereum? Yeah, it's a good chunk of money. It's, it's not something you want to just lose. But 0.001 Ethereum, all right, doesn't break the bank. But you multiply that by 1,000, and now you have 1 Ethereum. That's a lot of cash. Okay, so with Genius, instead of something that needs 1,000 reads on Hex, on Genius, that could be 20 reads. And, to be frank, it could be 1 read. It could be a single read. It could be 9 reads from disk. 9 is a lot smaller number than 1,000 is what I'm saying. What we find on average is that for all of the Genius miners, when they have to end, to read all of their performance, so that the owner of the miner, can receive your rewards, receive your interest, receive your performance rewards, whatever you want to call it, receive your return on your Genius, your return on investment, however you want to look at it. All of these, instead of there being 1,000 different reads, which costs a lot of cash, what we're finding is that on average, it's between 25 and 35 reads. No more than 40. Yeah, I think the maximum there is 40. I think the maximum reads there can be is 40. So the maximum cost to end your mining on Genius will be the equivalent of ending a 40-day stake on Hex, which doesn't cost much. And if in order to end your miner, if you had to do the processing, like for performance calculations, if you had to do that, you're going to get 10,000 Genius. So you're going to get rewarded for that. It's very economical.